Welcome everybody to Earth 2 Comic Cast, where superheroes exist and comic book talk is enormous. Your boy Mo Crosby, along with
KB,
okay,
Cal XY,
yes sir,
Crack Guy with the dad bod,
yes sir,
America's favorite goon,
yes
the
sir,
for Westport, the man,
yes,
the legend,
yes sir.
Losing fat, embracing the hate. This is what we're doing in 2020.
It's like, nah. What's going on, man? As we said the last time we came here and we talked about the boys, we're going to start doing it weekly. So we've caught up to the show officially. And we sat through, in my opinion, I think the best episode of the entire show, season 1 and season 2 combined, in my opinion. How did you think about the episode?
Yeah, I really did.
Okay.
Yeah, all hands down, this has to be the best episode.
Right. And you know, some people will sit down and say, well, the boys is usually about the shock value and everything in this episode kind of happened predictably. But I liked that certain things for me happened and I could see certain things. There was one thing that surprised me though. Kind of don't want to get too far ahead of myself. If you haven't watched the show, if you're waiting to the weekend to watch the show, because I know a lot of people that work and do things, you know, during the week. If you're waiting till tomorrow to watch the show, you should stop here because we go in and spoilers, right?
Full spoilers ahead. Anything beyond this is on you. Your fault. Your bad.
So the one thing that I kind of have to get out the gate and say I didn't see coming was them being able to stop Black Noir.
Oh wow! So we jumped all the way there.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying that's my surprise moment. I'm gonna ask you, what was your surprise moment?
My surprise moment was that Butcher's aunt lived. Like I thought she
you
was
know what?
cannon fodder.
You're right. You're right. I thought we were going to have a couple casualties. I thought the dog was going to be a casualty because it's a show that hasn't given a fuck. I thought the dog was going to be a casualty. I thought, as you said, Butcher's aunt was going to be a casualty. But honestly, I didn't hate it. I didn't hate her living. I wanted her to live, and I'm glad she lived. I didn't hate anything else that happened in this episode. Another thing that kind of surprised me though was A-Train. I thought we're gonna find a way to not have him quit the 7, but it looks like he's out.
Yeah, he's out, and he has to make peace with this.
Right.
Also, not to jump ahead, but also like
not to jump ahead, really.
Yeah. We did it.
Go ahead, man.
Yeah, but not completely not jumping too far ahead, but I like that I like the scene that they did between A-Train and Stormfront. Like that was
beautiful. I guess that's a huge talking point. So now we've talked about our big surprise moments. The show happens to always floor me with their visuals. You know, for a show that looks like they're not spending too much money, it just looks like they're also doing okay with giving you good visuals. So the visuals for the episode kind of I enjoyed. Yes, and the soundtrack I enjoyed. Also the song they chose to end the episode with, fucking amazing. Dream
they've
on.
done this for now 2 seasons. 2 seasons they book in with great music. And
yes,
they should have not scared or not cheap on buying a license to these songs, which
as opposed to
Lovecraft.
As opposed to Lovecraft Country, which decided, you know, they're going to fucking be cheap with the fact that they own these songs and they're going to be cheap as fuck, you know, which is weird as shit to me.
Yeah.
So now, Kyle.
Yes.
How did you think? So, what did you think about the episode in itself? What did you think about it?
So I have a notebook of thoughts.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go in. I think it's time for us to go into the episode. So let's go in.
Let's start all the way at the beginning, right? So starting out, I thought it was pretty interesting when this scene right here, I think, when he's shooting the terrorists down in Africa, and the laser goes through him and hits the innocent person in the back. And Homelander's only response is, so they're starving, but one person has a cell phone. And I was like, And
son of a bitch.
If you remember last week, we started talking about the dick meter, right? and that was
Yes.
like that definitely puts Homelander.
Oh, that
Well,
was a dick. That was a dick move.
yeah,
He's a total dick for that
yeah,
comment. So yes. I
yeah,
mean,
and
if we're looking at the dick
and-
meter, I also think his punishment of Lady Maeve of Maeve is also a dick move.
yeah. I
Um
put that here. That was coming up.
before I forget, one thing I have to throw out there, right? So apparently they're writing this movie, they're making this movie, right? Based on the Seven, Dawn of the Seven. Did you catch that Justice League reference? My bad. Go ahead. It's
Yeah.
like the Josh rewrites came in. I was like, get the fuck out of here. I love that. I love that reference.
Yeah, there was another
You know,
part. There was a in-game dig also.
go ahead.
All right, so I mean, if we're jumping around, tag on there. So
Kyle got
anyway,
notes, y'all.
yeah,
Kyle really got notes. I'm
yeah, I
doing
really
this off
got
the top of the, I'm doing this off the top of the dome, but Kyle over here with notes.
yeah. Anyway,
Off the top. Off the top. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the rapper, right? I'm like the Andre 3000 of this group. Kyle is definitely, a big boy, but I'm definitely Andre 3000 because, like, I'm sorry. Go ahead. No. Oh, wow. Because this is the show we're talking about. Because we're talking about this show that I have to be doing that. No, sir. Go ahead.
All right. So
big
cool.
Boy.
All right.
3 stacks over here.
With 16 ain't enough. That's not. But anyway,
I caught it. Go ahead.
Yeah, but the girls get it done. That was an in-game dig.
Yes, that was 100% an in-game dig.
Yeah, because if you watch in-game for the viewers, there's a moment at the very end of the movie. Spoiler alert: if you haven't seen in-game,
if you haven't seen, what are you doing?
But there's a part where Peter Parker, Spider-Man goes, "How are you going to get through all of them?" Right?
Yep.
And he tells that to Captain Marvel, which, first of all, that's a whole dumb scene all by itself because Captain Marvel could clearly get through everybody by
herself. But
and all of the women pop up and like, "Oh, we got her back" or something stupid like that. Then then this they go, "Oh, girls, get it done." Like that was clearly a direct dig at Endgame.
Right. So Justice League and Avengers got hit by the boys. I mean, I think they're embracing all of it. They're embracing their shitty comic book counterparts in this. But go ahead, keep going, man. Let me not interrupt you anymore because
all right. Well, I'm gonna just jump on the top.
He can't do this at the top of the dome like I am. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I got you. Homelander is now considered a war criminal by the public.
I love that.
Yeah, that was pretty interesting. Which I think we all kind of saw that coming at the end of last season, where they tried to put them into the military. That these guys have to go and be considered war criminals.
You don't speak for us.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to get there. I'm definitely going to get the you don't speak for us. Homelander out. So last week, Homelander out at Maeve, which when somebody comes out of the closet, that's a very delicate situation all by itself. Yes. Homelander did it publicly, and now Homelander is using her sexuality as a power player or manipulation or torture publicly to her, even having that inserted into the script, which is also interesting because is Homelander writing this movie?
I think he is because what episode? I think episode 3, where they brought the script to them and they all read it, and Homelander sat down and was like, "No, I don't like it," and then he literally rewrote the entire movie and gave it to the So yeah.
Okay, so Homelander's doing it because there's a part later on with A-Train and the whole send-off part with A-Train, and A-Train had did some rewrites, and you could clearly see the writers like, I kind of like this better.
But this is above, he's like, this is above my pay grade.
Yeah.
Simply saying, go talk to Homelander. And then when he did try to talk to Homelander, Shorty was like, you can't do that. Can't do.
Also, the part about also jumping ahead, because the episode picks up pretty quick and it bounces all over the place in a very good way. Butcher really enjoying getting beat up and jumped at the rave. I don't know if anybody saw it, but he was like enjoying it.
I think he was trying to feel something. That's how I saw it. That's how I read that scene. I'm like, Butcher is trying to feel something, and him getting his ass whooped was him feeling something, because I think his real reason Because if you watch the rest of the episode up to the point where he's talking to the dog, his real reasoning was he was trying to save his wife, or he was trying to get revenge for his wife, and then he finds out his wife is alive, and now he's trying to save her, and she don't want to come with him, and so his world just got blown up, and
he had no purpose.
Yeah, now he has no purpose, so he wanted to feel something, or probably die, because the entire episode he has a death wish.
Dude, he was going to fight Black Noir, which is a definite L.
Yeah, definite L, because if Kimiko took the L, you're definitely going to take the L.
Yeah. I enjoyed Mother's Milk and Huey's relationship.
I see it getting bigger or better, actually.
Yeah.
They're like Huey is starting to be a bigger part of the group, but for now we're only seeing it through Mother's Milk and Butcher. Yeah, we haven't really seen his interactions with French and Kimiko, I think, because they have their relationship.
Yeah,
French, or whatever they have. Yeah, they're trying to figure out. Yeah.
Yeah. I already spoke about the girls get it done. Deep got married, and they first
Bruh. That was a surprise. I mean, it wasn't a surprise. It was just a surprise that it happened this quick into the show.
Yeah, but the surprise happened moments after they announced the marriage, which was Kimiko ripping a face off of a guy.
Bruh, didn't see that coming. And then when we get to know why she does it, I was like, oh. And then we get to see who tells her to do it.
Yeah,
I was like, nah, that's kind of like
Grand Theft Auto type stuff right there. Like, like if you ever play like the Grand Theft Auto games,
oh yeah,
that's like that's like some Grand Theft Auto type thing. Like,
facts.
Like, oh yeah, I'm paying you to do this. Like, wait, wasn't you cool with this person that I was cool with? I'm not. Yeah, those are like that writing kind of seemed like some real GTA type stuff.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm still doing this off the top of his paper.
You like it though? Take it.
Huh?
Love it.
No, it's okay. That's okay.
I mean, you can hop in whatever you want. Double Dutch, baby.
Where we at now, Kyle? It's like, nah.
We had Mother's Milk and Huey violate this man Butcher's personal space.
Fam, like, okay, son. Like, to be honest, if I was Butcher, I'd be mad at them too.
Yeah.
Don't like that is like. But I guess I get it.
That was a huge violation.
But the most important thing happened. It was a word, Lenny. When Mother's Milk, Butcher's aunt goes, he's the spitting image of Lenny, and I'm sitting there like, oh shit, like this is something or someone important, because even Mother's Milk tried to use Huey as his anchor or his canary or whatever you called him, and then like the next. Like 2 episodes after that, we find out that there was a person or a friend that actually anchored Billy Butcher down, you know, and that was Lenny. And now that they're passing that off to Huey. And if you've never read the comic books, like there are a lot of people who are watching this shows never reading the comic books. I think you can appreciate what they're doing. I have to mention that because I've seen a couple complaints that there's some characters that they're not going as super hard with as they went into the comic books with. And I think, and I've gotten a lot of people saying, the comic books are kind of edgelord, like super try hard. And there's a balance that you have to find with TV and the comic medium. And I think this show has found that balance where they're still very edgy with the show, but there's a fair balance with certain characters that I think if you went in the comic books direction, you might miss it. Because you're trying to push, you're trying to be pushed, or you're trying to push that boundary. And I think there's a safe medium that this show has found, and I can appreciate them for that.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say that so Kyle can go back to his notes.
He likes it.
Huh?
He likes it.
I love it.
Put on and put it in.
Wow.
Sorry, for those who haven't watched Lovecraft.
Wow.
We're gonna dig and make jokes at Lovecraft.
100%. All the time.
Yeah.
So go ahead, Kyle. Spit on it.
Black Noir Ghastly. That was.
I think it was fluke. To be honest, if the dog didn't bark, I think they might have had a chance.
I feel like Black Noir kind of had an idea where they were though, because he
I
threw
don't
that
know.
bomb in pretty quickly.
I
And
don't
then
know. He heard the dog bark, and then it gave him a better. Okay, maybe he did have an idea, but as soon as the dog barked, I think
that
he
was the
caught.
day
Yeah,
giveaway. But they weren't going to get out. So the thing that made me realize they weren't going to get out, if you look in that basement little shelter thing that they were at, there were windows around. There were like 3 or 4 windows. Only thing he had to do was go outside and just wait at a window, because he already trampled the whole house.
Right. Because I think Mother's Milk made those bombs, and those bombs kind of went off. I think there was a fourth one that was supposed to go off, because I think 3 went off. There was a fourth one that was supposed to go off, and it didn't, because the dog barked, and he probably didn't go in that direction. That's how I think, because when they got up, they were waiting for it, and then the dog barks, and then it's like shh, and then he knows, and then he tosses the smoke grenade down at them. They go out the side door, and they're all supposed to go out that door. I think they would have all made it out, but of course Billy Butcher has a death wish, and he stayed back.
Yo, Mother's Milk is freaking MacGyver. That's all.
Oh yeah, 100%. And after Billy and Huey had that one moment upstairs, and Huey's like, "What, you have this death wish? You want to die so bad? Like, what the hell is wrong with you?" And he's like, "If you don't get out my way, I'm gonna have to move you." And then Mother's Milk goes, "Well, you can move him, but then you're gonna have to move me too." And I love that, because again, that is how an older brother would act. Like, I think Mother's Milk is starting to become Huey's older brother. So it's like, yeah, well, you could touch him, but now you got to fight the 2 of us. Well, technically, just me, because he can't fight. So yeah.
Let's see, Stormfront Nanny with the mom. That scene.
Yo, I thought that was violation. That was a violation, but I also think it is how she put 2 and 2 and 2 together to know she was definitely the one who let that go. Who leaked Compound V. Yo, real quick, A-Train had a talk with the girl, right? With the producer of the movie, the girl who was handling them, and he goes, "Well, I'm not doing the scenes," and she's like, "Well, you can do it and go, leave with your dignity and your pension package, or you could not and get fired for shooting Compound V." So now A-Train doesn't have, because 3 episodes ago, and I think episode 2, when Starlight Annie, I think her name is Annie, right? When Annie had the Compound V, and he took it from her, and he was like, "Well," and she was like, "You're gonna give it to me, or else I'm gonna tell everybody that you inject yourself with Compound V," right? Now, if you think about it, A-Train doesn't have that over his head anymore.
No.
So do you think he's gonna snitch on Annie, or not? Like, he's just he's just gonna leave?
He's going to, because everybody knows he's shooting up the Compound V. Like,
that's crazy. I think he should leave. Like, he should just go and be done. But I don't think he's gonna be done.
He has the ego. Like, so that's.
So you think he's gonna snitch on Shorty?
Eventually, yes. He has nothing to lose. Only thing he has to lose is the fact that he killed his girlfriend, which I think Homelander already knows that. I find it hard to believe Homelander doesn't know that he killed his girlfriend.
Interesting. So that's gonna be interesting to see how they play that one, though. That's definitely gonna be interesting to see how they play that one, because I saw that and I was like, wow. So now he has nothing holding him back, because that was the only thing that was the only reason why he didn't snitch on her or put her out there. So I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Okay.
No, you good. I was also saying, in that scene right there with Stormfront and Annie, it was kind of weird, because Stormfront was giving some real Aryan Brotherhood type vibe.
Oh, 100%. Before we get into that, let's talk about Stormfront and A-Train real quick in their little scene. And I'm sitting there like, I know he's catching what she's saying.
Okay, well, all right, let's jump down there, because I definitely got notes there. Yeah.
Shoot.
Yeah, so that was a weird conversation. She was hinting at the church that the Deep is in, right?
Was it the church, though? Or was it the fact that she was just trying to hint at the fact that the 7 is just letting anyone in? and
Well,
anyone being like
no.
unsavory.
Remember,
Go
at
ahead.
first they were he was watching like his iPad thing, and
Yeah,
it was like the situation.
commercial.
Yeah, it was the thing about I forgot what TV show, it was, but basically she was saying I was part of that church at one point in time, and they started letting
Hmm.
anybody in. Talk about the Deep and his wife and the church that they're a part of, and he was like, "What? You got something to say to me?" And like she's kind of like leading on, but not really leading on, and it
I
made
think
me,
he was catching it. I
yeah,
think he was catching
he was
100% what she was saying.
but she wasn't being upfront. She was like just hinting, but pulling back at the same time.
Facts.
So it made me think about the Mormon church as well, because they're kind of hinting that this church is basically this universe's version of the Mormon church. For
Right.
those that don't know what I'm saying, for years the Mormons believed that the black race was a cursed race and we were the sons of Ham and all that good stuff. And it wasn't until like the late 80s or somewhere in the 80s that they started allowing African Americans into the Mormon church. So it's weird how like those two things was mirroring. And like I picked it up pretty quick if that's what she was putting down. Which we
It's interesting.
speculated last week that she was racist.
Yeah, which that is cool, because if we jump a little bit forward after the conversation with Annie, I think Annie goes in her room and figures out her password to her iPad and catches something. I don't know exactly what she saw. Did you pause that to catch what she was looking at? Because there was something that caught Annie's attention when she looked at it.
No, I missed that.
It was the text. It was a couple. She was sending the same.
Oh,
she
from
was
the guy from the it was like a psych ward or something like that. It was like a text to that psych ward place.
Was it?
Yeah, yeah. Like it had the name of that psych ward written down. I don't remember. I didn't write it down. I don't think.
It's
But,
cool though. We'll come back. We'll probably come back.
She was on the phone
Yeah,
with
she was on the phone. Yeah, I want to address that phone conversation too. Who was she on the phone with, and what were they talking about?
I
Like,
don't know. And
because the way I saw it as like what's the name of that foundation that sends like superheroes to like hospitals? Make a Wish. I saw it as that, but then it was too personal. He took it too personal for it to be that.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm sitting there like,
And she was gone for a while and then came back.
Right.
Marketed,
And if we're talking about her at the end, we see that she can't be hurt.
Yeah.
Or I mean, she regenerates, so she's like a Wolverine type character.
Like
she's a Wolverine type character with Storm's abilities. That's crazy, man.
Yeah. Also, we jump around we go back to the maid and how now the movie is marketing her sexuality. And
right, they destroy her with a fucking a flag.
Yeah.
Whew, boy.
Trying to make her wife involved in this. Now, here's something that's interesting, and I recently learned this from somebody who I work with. I didn't. So I think they're trying to do a reality show between she and her wife, if I'm not mistaken.
I didn't know if it was a reality show. I think it's just a rollout for them. It's gonna be like a rollout. Like, now you're gay, we're gonna push you out to the public, and your girl's gonna come out too with you. Everyone's gonna see they out together. And what pissed me off about that, right, was the way they said they're gonna market it. Like, it's apparently for
one
some,
has to be Dom and the other has
yeah, for some reason America or the society doesn't take well with two feminine gay women. You have to be gay, and you have to have a dom and a femme. Yeah,
and I never knew that, but mind you, I don't identify as gay. I have a lot of friends of mine that are both lesbian and gay. So that's something I have to research a little bit more.
And even though Maeve is bi, they're trying to really push this lesbian agenda. Wow, I sound horrible. They're trying to push the lesbian thing on her, which to me is just very weird.
Yeah, it is interesting. But I thought that they were trying to make this a reality show.
No, it was just a rollout for like, hey, look, you guys, you're gay now, so we're gonna roll you out this way.
Okay. Because remember last episode they had them talk. And there was a camera over there recording them talk.
Mm-hmm. Was
That's
that
all.
last episode or last season?
Was that last season? When
That
she
was last
looked
season.
back and told him stop recording me.
Yeah, that was last season, bro.
Okay, that was last season. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, because that's what I was thinking. It was a reality. Like they were trying to push a reality show.
right.
But here's something. I don't know if you noticed. Did you know that reality show actors aren't covered inside of the union, the actors union?
They're not.
No, they're not. So
I
when
did
you're
not
in a
know that.
reality show, you don't have any rights, and the camera crew records all the time, whether you like it or not. Like
Mm-hmm.
so, you can't tell them cut, break, please stop. This is my personal
Yeah,
space.
you're not an actor. It's not.
Yeah,
It's not acting. It's
yeah,
legit.
so, yeah. So you don't have that. That's any personal space at all, which has caused one person, one of the Braxton sisters, to almost commit suicide or something like that, because they're not having the personal space or something like that. I
Right.
just recently found out about that. So
All
I just
right.
interesting that if they are going that reality show route and you're outing somebody's sexuality,
Mm-hmm.
that's a pretty interesting conversation that this show would have.
That would have been a pretty interesting.
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe I have to watch it again to be sure. So probably when we come back and do next week, we talk about the stuff we missed. Real quick, let's talk about Homelander. I think we have
Mhm.
Homelander to talk about, and then that would be it for how the episode went, all the characters, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Homelander, you mentioned that he killed the boy trying to kill the terrorist, right?
Yeah.
And after he was told, after the lady had told him, what's her face, Stormfront had said, "Yo, I can help you, get
Mhm.
out of this." And she comes to him, and he's like, "Nah, I don't want it." And he tries to settle everybody, and the whole thing happens, and his imagination runs wild. And I'm like, no, he didn't, because I'm like, I know that he's a fuck boy, but he's not that bad of a fuck boy. Like, he's not gonna kill everybody. Like, that would be
Dude,
it.
when he did that, when I thought that that's what really happened, I was like, oh, his dick meter just went all the way over.
Like, I'm like, the show just probably hit them. It would have, if he did that. I'm like, yo, the show just hit the biggest shock value ever, and this will make it. That would have solidified, if they went that way. That would have solidified this show as the best show ever, right? But
Yeah.
they didn't go that way, and I'm kind of glad they didn't, because I'm not Team Homelander all the way, but I'm like Team. I understand Homelander. That's where I'm at with
Yeah.
Homelander.
Like,
And
there's no
so,
way you can come back from that.
right,
Then again, I don't know because it's not what you know, it's how you can tell the truth, right?
right.
That's reality.
And that's what the show does, and perfectly that you said that, because after he blows that opportunity up. He comes back and he goes to Stormfront to help him.
Mhm.
And guess what she does? As you said, it's not what you know, it's how you can manipulate the truth. And you know what
Create the
happened?
news.
Yes, she created the news. She's like, and then there was a meme that said Photoshop, it's fake, and she memed it.
Mhm.
And what makes that whole part like fucking amazing is literally, if you look at our world right now, if you look at Facebook, there are certain Facebook groups that are saying this is not real because a certain person, a certain person in power is who I like and who I support, and because I support this dickhead, nothing that you say to me is real. And matter of fact, I will make up memes and post to my group, my Facebook groups, and my friends, and we will share these memes. And because we share these memes, we can move the dial on this dickhead. And I was like, there's no fucking way it's gonna work. And guess what? He comes right back to her, and she's up, and he's up 5 points after being down 9 points, which
Yep.
is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
How that happened. And I was like, yo, this is lovely. This is lovely.
Yeah, because that's really what happens in real life, and it's basically life are imitating life.
Right. And
But it's
go ahead.
weird Homelander's fragile ego. Like he wants to be loved that much. Like his as strong as this guy is, this guy was having a breakdown in the hallway because
Mhm.
he's down so far in the points, and because
Mhm.
he couldn't publicly speak and carry this crowd. And there's this weakness part of him. You know what I mean? He has to
Right.
fight it. You know what I mean?
I love how Gus is such a part of the show, even though he has like maybe 2 or 3 lines. How powerful he is, because in the beginning, when Shorty tells Homelander that, yo, this is the video and you did this, and he's like, I got this, I'll take care of it. And she mentions his name, and he just freezes. He does nothing. And at the end, when Billy is talking to what's his face? Billy's talking to Black Noir and is telling him, "Don't kill him, because if you kill him, I know Vaught's dirty secret, and if as soon as Huey dies, all of this will come out in the open." And Gus calls and shuts everything down just like that. I'm like, he just has so much power. It doesn't matter what happens. You're not getting off. You're not getting away with it. Very cool about it. And guess what? I don't think Billy has those pictures.
No, he doesn't.
I think it was a bluff. I think it was 100% a bluff.
Yeah, because he kind of laughed. But
right.
What was I going to say? Let's see. We talked about the creating fake news. We talked about that piece. The you don't speak for us. We didn't talk about that though. Like I know we talked.
We're talking. I'm sorry. I diverted over to that, but we're still on Homelander.
But and so you don't speak for us when we talked about the fake news and how that's art imitating life. But the you don't speak for us. That's that. Look at the context of it. It's a black soldier that was in place that made that statement. It wasn't just a white soldier or Asian. It was a black soldier. And I was just thinking, it's weird how, well, not just that.
Okay, because I thought Colin Kaepernick
as a country, right?
Right.
So we have two people that's running for office. I'm not going to get on a political sphere at all. I'm just stating some real facts that's going on, right? Left wing. I'm not talking left wing, right wing politics. I'm just stating facts. The viewers, you guys eat this how you like, right? So you have left wing is pandering to this group, right wing is pandering to this group in real life. You have a real life racial issue that has now turned into a political issue. Meanwhile, the political issue, there is no real representation of people who have my skin color in that office, but they're trying to speak facts to us about how we feel and what we feel. But they don't really speak to us, because if you look at the real issues, they're not actually addressing the real issue. We didn't ask for football to play the national anthem, but they're playing the Negro national anthem. No, we didn't ask for that. We asked for you to stop to look into criminal injustice. You know what I mean? Like, so same thing with Homelander, right? Art imitating life, right? So Homelander uses laser eyes and blasts the innocent person and goes, mistakes in the field happen all the time. Somebody goes, oh my God, this is the first time this has happened. And he goes, oh, you're missing the point. You troops, you guys are the heroes. I'm out there on the battlefields with you guys. You don't speak for us. No, you don't speak for us. You're different from us. You know what I mean? I find it interesting about that art imitating life and
it's funny. It's funny how we both draw. You draw that, and I draw some. When I saw that, I drew something else from it. Like I feel like this is what makes like shows good, when everyone can draw their own thing out of it. But even though everyone can, it's still very parallel to it, because again, I like that the soldier was the one that said you don't speak for us. That's like people saying, because again, we can draw it back to what you were saying. So the whole thing with Colin Kaepernick happened because a soldier was like, yo, because of what happens in the battlefield, we take a knee for a fallen kin, right? For a fallen soldier. And so take a knee for the anthem. Or if you don't agree with it, take a knee instead, because again, it just do it that way. And till this day, a lot of non-military officials or people are telling you, you're disrespecting the military, you're disrespecting the flag, this is this, then third. And you have military folks telling you don't speak for me, because guess what? It's not about me, it's not about the flag, it's about their freedoms. As you said, it's about the fact that things are unjust and unfairly happening to them. And so you don't speak for us. When the military man said that, or when the officer said that, that's how I saw it, and that's how I took it. But it's still, it doesn't take away from how you saw it. It's just, oh, this is how someone else saw it. And I love that. And what's going to happen, I can almost guarantee what's going to happen in the comment section of this video. Get politics out of the show. You can't do that, because again, this is a show that happens to have politics in it, because Homelander interrupted a sitting senator to come try, like, intimidated her to to spew or try to calm what he did. You know, this is a show that intersects politics and the show in it, right? Because we're talking about fake news, and in real life, you have fake news and shit like that. So I'm going to tell whoever is going to say, well, keep politics out of your show. I like your show, but you guys should keep politics out of it. Suck my dick.
Well, I'm going to say just keeping politics out of the show. Having equal rights and being treated equal shouldn't be a political thing.
It should not. You should.
More
It should
rights.
not. It should not be. It should not be on a ticket. It should not be why I'm voting for someone. But guess what? Here we are.
Yeah. So while you might not like politics being in certain things like football, basketball, baseball, whatever have you,
Comic book shows, Kyle's notes,
my notes. Like you might not like those things. It's not that you're not liking those things. But how about this? Help me and my people not make that an issue, and then it's out.
Facts.
It could be something else.
Facts.
Like, I could completely rock with you on taking it out if you can help me make sure that it's out. Like help make sure that this isn't an issue for my people. Because guess what? I'm 37 years old. Throughout my whole life, I've had bad run-ins, very, very bad run-ins with some very bad officers. I had some pretty decent run-ins. I actually do some work with law enforcement professionally with trainings and stuff like that. Actually, I'm a first responder with crisis response. So, hey, look, I'm not knocking and saying that law enforcement is bad. That'd be stupid. But what I am saying is there are some bad people out there who do some racial injustice. And it just so happens that this show does touch on some of those things. And it shouldn't be a political thing. It should be a social thing where this shouldn't happen. But
right.
So for all of us to have an even playing field, let's just all just acknowledge, hey, look, this is a wrong thing. It's not a left wing or right wing thing. It's a social thing, and let's all work together to
stamp it out. Couldn't have said it better myself. But before we go, we have to talk the sex scene at the end, obviously, because that is how they close the show.
Yeah.
Farm.
Wait. Before we do that, can we just do one thing?
Go ahead.
Pepperidge Farms remembers the commercial with the D at the
Yo.
That was a Pepperidge Farms commercial.
It was kind of a trolly ass commercial. Excuse me. It was a trolly ass commercial, but I do like what happened at the end. You know, where there's two things that happen at the end. Yes, the sex scene happened, but Maeve coming over and saying, "Hey, look, man. You know, after she tells her girlfriend, we're gonna take this motherfucker down." She comes over, and I think she's gonna add the Deep into her plans, and I think she's not gonna let the Deep know what she's doing because the Deep is not that smart. And so he's going to be inserted into the takedown of Homelander, which now draws us to the end. If you are trying to take down Homelander, now you're going to have to take down Homelander and Stormfront.
Or are you?
Because
I don't think Stormfront and Homelander are on the same page. I don't.
You think he's using her, or you think she's using? Or you think they're both using each other?
I think she realized a vulnerability in Homelander, and she's manipulating it, and she's showing Homelander how strong she is, also, because that was a power move. Her showing your best move can't stop me, or it doesn't hurt me. And Homelander responds to people in power and people above him, and he loves breasts. We've learned this as well,
right?
But he responds to people in authority and people of power. Like I don't know what it is about him. I don't think he either A, he doesn't realize how powerful he is, or B, he likes the idea of being dominated. It could be B.
I think it's B. I think it's a little bit of both, because I think if he went in, he could have killed her. But I think because he's the immediate, I didn't hurt you, I didn't go in as much as I should have, and then, as you said, she's, a woman who's kind of like above him a little bit, and she's shown that she has power over him. I think he's fascinated by that. You might be right that they're not on the same team. I just asked the question, are they on the same team? If you're going to take down Homelander, are you going to take down Homelander and Stormfront? I still think Homelander kills her.
I believe that eventually he's going to have to. He might even need some help to do it. But I do believe Homelander has to kill her, right? At some point, there's going to be a rift. But I also believe that she's going to be the reason why the Seven has to break up eventually.
Facts. I'm excited to see where they go next week. I am excited to see how, certain things pan out. Billy's back with the boys. He's gotten his mojo back. He's gotten his groove back. He swore to his dog he was going to go save the mother. Is he going to be able to accept her with her soup kid? That's something. Homelander and Stormfront. What goes on with that? Maeve. What goes on with her trying to take down Homelander? And does she connect with what's her face with Starlight to take down Homelander and Stormfront? Tune in next week as we answer all these questions and more when KB, Trap God with the dad bod, and myself, Mr. Crosby, come back to talk about the boys. Thank you for watching. I actually like this show, and I can't wait to do this again with you, Kyle. So, anything you want to say before we kick out?
Catch us when we are broadcasting the next episode of Lovecraft. Yeah. We don't hate it, but we don't really like it, but we're trying to like it because we like it.
Yeah, so eventually that comes around, it's a lot. It's complicated. Right.
Yeah, it's so hard. It's tough. What I mean?
It's tough. It's tough. Right. So we'll see.
That over girlfriend that you have until your real girlfriend pops up,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
It's that,
So thank you again, Kyle.
Use my notebook for that show.
Whoa, toss the notebook. What a way to end the show. Thank you for watching. Obviously, thank you for listening. We will catch you on the next one. Oh, actually, hold on. I have one more thing to announce before we leave.
Yes.
Earth 2 Comic Cast is on Spotify, iTunes, and now we are on Amazon Music. So for those of you that like to give Jeff Bezos more money than you've already given him, check us out on Amazon Music. Thank you very much. We will catch you on the next one. Peace.